Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
What are the things you say about the younger generation? You say about the dopes that run this city. That's one thing.
The dopes that run the country.
Yeah, and what's the other one?
I kind of tend to lean into the Mike and the Mechanics. Every generation blames the one before.
But what about looking
with
down
all
at
of
the
their
generation?
frustrations knocking on the door.
But that's about your older generations.
Yeah.
What about the older generations looking down at the younger generations? For thousands of years, older generations have characterized younger generations as lazy, as entitled, and as directionless. And I'll give you some examples of how this has been going for thousands of years. In 2001, how many years ago is that? 158?
24.
Thank you. This is an article in Time magazine. There's a quote. They have trouble making decisions. They would rather hike the Himalayas than climb a corporate ladder. In 1993, I'm going to work backwards through time.
Oh, okay, no, this would be my generation, 1993.
Was an article in the Washington Post. It's the first generation in American history to live so well and complain so bitterly about it.
Oh.
In 1951, this was an article in the Fairkirk Herald. Many young people were so pampered, nowadays they had forgotten that there was such a thing as walking. That's what they said in 1951.
Yeah, because the car.
Because the car.
Well, the car became largely.
Hey, man, I'm not walking anymore.
I've got a car.
I'm walking upright. 1933.
Mm-hmm.
This was the Hour of Decision by Oswald Spengler. You know him. He said, women painted like prostitutes, throwing off every kind of social restraint. All of these go to prove there was now the vulgar mob that gives the tone.
Yeah.
So that's what was said about young women in 1933.
Well, this is after the suffragettes some time.
And after women taking the reins during the war.
Yep.
And then now go back and just be my wife again.
Yeah.
1925. This is an article in the Hull Daily Mail.
That was
It wasn't about Carl and Jackie O, interestingly. 1925. They said, an attitude on the part of young folk which is best described as grossly thoughtless, rude and utterly selfish.
Was the Roaring Twenties?
1925.
The Flappers. And that was just after the war, after the pandemic. 1925 was a good year.
What about 1843? What do you know about that year?
Well.
It was a very good year. This is the 7th Earl of Shaftesbury in his speech to the House of Commons. The girls who drive coal carts ride astride upon horses, drink, swear, fight, smoke, whistle and care for nobody. The morals of children are tenfold worse than formerly.
Yeah.
In 1790, this is from the Reverend Enos Hitchcock. He said, the free access which many young people have to romances, to novels and plays, has poisoned the mind and corrupted the morals of many, a promising youth. So books were turning their heads.
Yeah.
Fairy porn was getting into them at that age. So I'm getting close. In 1624, this was a forecast against the evil times. Youth were never more saucy, S-A-W-C-I-E, this is like Chaucer. Youth were never more saucy, yea, never more savagely saucy. The ancient are scorned, the honourable are condemned, the magistrate is not dreaded. That's good.
What does that translate?
Well, meaning that they have no respect for the tenets of the
my
law.
ye olde talk is not
It's
as
not
good.
great?
I long for the days when they used to have ye olde shoppy. Why don't they have that anymore?
Well, how about this one? This was, how about we go to the 4th century BC? You're looking at the clock, Brendan.
I'm just going, how long is this going to go for?
4th century BC. This is from Aristotle. Heard of him?
Yes.
Jonesy's a pain in the ain, he said. Isn't that interesting? It says, off looking at the sundial while his partner doth talk. It says, young people are high-minded because they've not yet been humbled by life. They think they know everything and they're always quite sure about it. Well, I've got one more. This is from Horace, not the giraffe.
Who's Horace the
No, that
giraffe?
was Harold.
That's
wasn't it?
Healthy Harold.
Well, this is unhealthy Horace in the 1st century BC. The beardless youth does not foresee what is useful, squandering his money. Yeah. So it just goes to show that every generation has sneered at the younger generation for not being good enough.
Once again, can we circle back on Mike and the Mechanics?
No, you've got it wrong.
Just played that
That's
song.
looking at older generation.
No, every generation blames the one before. You can either use that or Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire.
Or we could use
history through song. You could have your teaching and your books.
Or you could just play Bon Jovi.
What, keep the faith?
Whatever. Oh, we better look at the clock and wrap up what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
wrapping up
You
what
are.
you're
You're
saying.
looking at the clock when I talk.
You talk for as long as you want. I'll sit over here.
I was. and you looking at the clock and rubbing your face, but the other way around.
It's
Don't waste time. Talk, Brendan. Wrap this up, for God's sake.